Good evening. I'm Ava, and tonight we focus on the most talked about storyline in women's basketball, the status of Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark ahead of the highly anticipated matchup against the Connecticut Sun. For weeks now, fans have been waiting for an update on when Clark will return to the court, and the latest developments have fueled both optimism and uncertainty. As the Fever battle for a playoff spot and the league continues to ride a surge of popularity tied to Clark's stardom, her health remains the single most important question hanging over the franchise and the WNBA. Clark's journey over the past year has been one of historic highs and frustrating setbacks. After a college career at Iowa where she never missed a single game, establishing herself as one of the most durable and dominant players in the sport, Clark's transition to the WNBA has been met with the harsh reality of professional competition, packed schedules, and injuries that have kept her sidelined. What was supposed to be a dream season has instead become a difficult test of resilience. She has played just 13 of the Fever's 34 regular season games, a stunning contrast to the endurance she showed in college. The most recent chapter in this saga came in mid-July when Clark injured her right groin in a game against the Connecticut Sun. She left the court late in that contest and has not played since. At the time, it was considered a minor issue, but what was initially expected to be a short recovery has stretched into a month-long absence, leaving the Fever shorthanded and fans worried about the future. With the Fever entering a crucial part of their schedule, questions about her return have only grown louder. In advance of Sunday's matchup against the Sun, Clark was officially listed as a game-time decision. That designation, while technically keeping open the possibility of her return, has not convinced many observers. League insiders and team reporters note that the tag is more likely procedural than revealing, a way of keeping options open without promising an actual return. Indeed, most outlets now report that Clark is unlikely to suit up for this game, with her rehabilitation still ongoing and the organization intent on avoiding any setback that could jeopardize her long-term career. Fever head coach Stephanie White has been measured in her comments, repeatedly stressing that Clark's recovery is day-to-day and that there is no set timeline for when she will be cleared. White has emphasized that the medical staff, strength coaches, and Clark herself are all aligned in prioritizing complete healing over short-term gain. She noted earlier this week that Clark has resumed light workouts and conditioning, but is not yet ready for the rigors of full contact. That, she explained, is the gap between practice activity and game readiness. For fans eager to see her back, the reminder has been consistent. Patience is required. The challenge is that Clark's absence is felt on multiple levels. On the court, the Fever lose their most dynamic scorer and playmaker. Even as a rookie, she redefined the offensive identity of the team, stretching defenses with her deep shooting and creating opportunities for teammates. Without her, the burden has fallen on veterans Kelsey Mitchell and Sophie Cunningham, along with all-star forward Aaliyah Boston, to carry the load. While the Fever have battled hard and managed to stay in the playoff picture, their margin for error has shrunk, and every game without Clark increases the pressure. Off the court, the absence of Clark represents a different kind of challenge. She has become the face of the league, driving record television ratings, selling out arenas, and expanding the audience for women's basketball in unprecedented ways. Her games routinely draw national headlines, and her presence has been credited with boosting merchandise sales and WNBA visibility to levels never before seen. Each night she does not play is a missed opportunity for the league to showcase its biggest star, and for fans, it feels like something vital is missing. Clark herself has remained largely quiet publicly. She has not offered detailed updates on her status, and her social media activity has been limited. During the All-Star weekend in Indianapolis, where she had been voted captain and selected for the three-point contest, she was forced to withdraw because of the injury. Though unable to compete, she made appearances at events, offering support to teammates and coaches. Her willingness to stay engaged despite her personal frustration was praised, yet it underscored how much the injury has disrupted what was supposed to be a defining season. Medical evaluations have confirmed that the groin injury is not catastrophic and that rest, therapy, and gradual strengthening are the keys to recovery. Still, groin injuries are notoriously tricky. They can linger and easily be re-aggravated if a player returns too soon. For someone like Clark, whose game relies on explosive movement, quick changes of direction, and long shooting range that demands balance and stability, the injury demands careful management. Doctors and trainers close to the situation continue to stress that rushing her back would be far more dangerous than waiting a few more weeks. As for the Fever's immediate outlook, the team has tried to keep morale high. Coach White has praised the effort of her players who have stepped up in Clark's absence, particularly highlighting the leadership of Kelsey Mitchell, who has taken on increased responsibility as a scorer and ball handler. Aaliyah Boston has continued to be a force in the paint, and role players have embraced larger minutes. Still, the question is how sustainable this approach will be as the season winds toward its close and playoff positions tighten. The Fever's fan base, energized by Clark's arrival, has been both understanding and restless. Attendance has remained strong, with fans eager to see the team compete regardless of Clark's status, but the level of anticipation surrounding her return is impossible to ignore. Social media discussions, sports talk shows, and league analysts all circle back to the same issue. When will Caitlin Clark play again? As of tonight, the consensus appears to be that Sunday's matchup against the Sun is too soon. While technically listed as a game-time decision, most insiders believe she will sit out again, continuing her rehabilitation process. Optimism remains that she could return before the end of August, possibly targeting games later in the month if her recovery continues without complication. No firm date has been provided, and the Fever organization is sticking to its message of caution. This approach, while frustrating for those craving her return, may prove wise in the long run. Clark's career is not about a single season, but about what she can achieve over the next decade. Protecting her health now, even at the cost of missing crucial games, may ensure that she can return at full strength and continue to elevate the league for years to come. For Clark, who has built her brand on competitiveness and durability, sitting out is undoubtedly difficult. Yet her decision to trust the process may end up being one of the most important moves she makes early in her professional journey.